Right-wingers, you need to wake up. Your people are killing your people. You need to decide whose people you are. Are you the bitch of the Israelis, or are you a sovereign citizen? Hello, welcome to another video. In today's video, it's another Charlie Kirk video. And no, I am not obsessed with Charlie Kirk. Honestly, I didn't even know much about the guy before he was assassinated. Hardly anything at all, to be honest. Don't think he should have been killed by any stretch of the imagination. And what I would like to get the point across today is with the Google search trends situation. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, there'll be a link in the description. But basically, here's the TLDR. A very clever person sat down with Google Trends, okay? And Google Trends allows you, or whoever, actually I think you have to have an account and you have to pay, I think, to get this access. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you just can't look at Google Trends yourself. Okay, so somebody with the Google Trends account had the brilliant idea to start looking up all of the facts surrounding Charlie Kirk's assassination. Okay, and what it showed is that everything was searched in Israel a couple weeks before his assassination, and then things started getting searched in the United States about a week before, and these were all, this is all verified. You know, the guys made videos about this. So then what happened is other people tried to replicate, after this guy put out his video, and maybe even more than one person put out his video, other people tried to replicate these results. So they went on to Google Trends and tried searching these very same search terms that the guy that had discovered this all in the first place had searched. And what happened is it all was deleted. What that tells me is there's some very high level cover-up going on right now, okay? Well, let me explain to you how the law was intended to work, because the law is a joke at this point. But so let's do a hypothetical situation. So let's say someone kills an FBI agent, okay? Now someone else does some things, whatever those things might be, to try to cover up the murder of this FBI agent, okay? So there's an FBI agent that's been murdered, there's somebody that murdered him, and there's someone else that is trying to cover up for this person that murdered him. Okay, guess what? The person who is trying to cover up for the murder of the FBI agent, trying to cover for this other person, they are just as guilty of murder as the person that murdered the person. Let me make that quite clear. The person trying to cover up the murder is just as culpable for the murder as the person who did the murder. Okay? That means there is people at Google who are just as culpable for the assassination of Charlie Kirk as the actual assassins. Okay, now all roads are pointing to Mossad. Like, okay, it was Mossad that killed him. But here's the thing. Let's take the Epstein case as an example, okay? The question that they want you to be thinking is, did Epstein kill himself or was he murdered? That's what they want you to think, because both of those results say that Epstein is dead. Well, guess what? Epstein is not dead. Okay, so when you start to look at how they frame things to twist the propaganda to make people think what they want them to think, which is, in that case, they want people to think, the people who dig. They want people who dig to think that Epstein is dead, okay? When he really isn't. So in this case, when you really dig, they want you to think it was Mossad, even to the point that Netanyahu was going on saying, I didn't kill him, I didn't kill him, I didn't kill him. Like, what the F is going on? It's because they want the people who are digging to think it was Mossad that killed him, when in all actuality, it was the FBI, okay? And Google is covering up for the FBI. Now, to all you right-wingers, the FBI has never been run by anything other than a right-winger in its history. There's never been a Democrat that has run the FBI. It has been a right-wing operation since its inception. Thus, why is the right-wing FBI murdering other right-wingers? And for the record, this isn't the first time. They tried to kill Reagan, but they didn't succeed. So it's not uncommon for the Reich, the Knight of Long Knives, to kill their own, okay? But they're killing somebody that was very popular with a lot of people. A lot of people really liked that guy. I didn't know, the more I learn about him, the more I dislike him, okay? I see him as a not bright parrot for the oligarchy, for fascism, for just the most ignorant coquetry there is, okay? But he did not deserve to be murdered, and whoever murdered him deserves to be prosecuted, and whoever assisted in the covering up of that murder deserves to be prosecuted as well. Google, okay? So now when you start to look at who owns Google, the Jews. Who's Mossad? The Jews. Dancing Israelis? The Jews. Now, I've never been anti-Semitic, but the more the Jewish Israel keeps doing things like genocide and all this and being traced, I mean, even if Mossad didn't directly kill Charlie Kirk, it was FBI, it's because the FBI is Mossad's bitch. Like, Mossad doesn't need to go over to the United States and kill anybody. They got their bitch, the FBI, over in the United States to kill whoever they need to be killed. Okay, right-wingers? Right-wingers? Are you getting me yet? Your people killing your people, right? You're in control of the whole enchilada, man. Presidency, Senate, representatives, the Supreme Court. You got it all, but you got to kill even more, because having it all isn't enough for the right wing, okay? The right wing will never fucking stop until it is stopped. You have to stop Google. You have to stop the FBI. Who's you? Well, who's Charlie Kirk's fans? Charlie Kirk, your fans. The fans of Charlie Kirk should be looking at the FBI as their enemy. Should be looking at the Jews as their enemy. The Israeli Jews. Look, you can't lump every single Jewish person into one bowl. But the problem is when you have an entire country that is Jewish, and they are doing things like dancing Israelis, calling the shots on murdering American citizens. Like, at some point it gets to be like, okay, especially when how much money the United States sends to Israel, and then Israel takes that very same money to propagandize the United States with AIPAC. Okay? So, right-wingers, you need to wake up. Your people are killing your people. You need to decide whose people you are. Are you the bitch of the Israelis? Or are you a sovereign citizen? Maybe sovereign citizen's the wrong term, but are you an independent citizen of the United States? Are you a bitch of Israel? Okay? Because the FBI is a bitch of Israel. 100%. Okay? The FBI is a fascist organization that wakes up every morning and tries to outdo the fascism they did in the day previous. The FBI has to be ended to get your democracy back. Okay? Look at what they're doing. They're murdering people. Look at all those people throwing codes. Look at the guy dancing. They look just like every FBI agent I've ever seen. They have a look and that's it. Okay? So, you gotta stand up, and they are not going to go peacefully. Okay? That's the advice of the day. When you got a fascist infestation like you do in the United States, you need an exterminator to just shoot the gas all over and just get rid of the fascism. Right? Peace.